mushrooms. They're a beautiful thing, and Luke Hines is going to show us a lovely, healthy recipe using them. What have you got in store?
I'm obsessed with mushrooms, Juzzy, and I actually, when I do this recipe, it reminds me how much I actually love them and that I should incorporate them into more recipes throughout the week. And if you add some healthy fats through the nuts and some heat from the chili, some herbs, you can't go wrong. That is why I'm going to show you how to make my never fail stuffed mushrooms.
So what we've got here are some portobello mushrooms, large ones, or you could use field mushrooms, same thing really.
Yeah, but the reason I've gone with portobello is because you get more of space on top so that we can load them up with our delicious filling, which I'm getting onto now. I've done a little bit of olive oil. I'm actually going to do some pistachios. Now, you don't have to do pistachios. Any nuts that you've got in the cupboard, get them in there. They all work really, really well. So pine nuts are great as well.
Absolutely, why not?
And we want to flavour it up. So what I want you to do, I need lemon juice, but I also want you to reserve some lemon zest, some chunks of the chili and some flat leaf parsley, just to bring it all together and add some colour and vibrance as well. Now, I've got a garlic here, just a single clove. I'm going to smash that up. We don't have to be too finicky here because we're going to stick blender it all together. I don't like wasting any part of an ingredient. So I'm going to use the stems here and I'm going to get them in there as well. And they really flesh out this beautiful crust that we're going to create on top.
Did you say you wanted the stalks with this too?
Just the leaves for this one, but I am trying to minimise wastage in the kitchen. So make sure you do reserve them for other things like soups and stews, stocks, or even part of some pestos. They work really well too.
Great tip. How much do you want for this one?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And we're going to reserve some for making it look extra pretty at the end. Now, a little pinch of salt works well. And a lot of people use lemon and limes and they just think, all right, great, I've got the juice. But this simple technique here with a microblade enables you to grab so much flavour that you can use in a dish or as a garnish at the end. And look, I don't want to go completely off topic, but mushrooms are really good for breakfast, but you know what else is? Pancakes. And lemon zest on pancakes, we are talking next level stuff.
You've got to make that for us.
All right, I'll come back.
Absolutely.
All right.
Say when.
Yeah, I reckon the juice of one whole lemon elevates this to another level where you take a bite and it's zesty, it's zingy.
All right, there you go.
All right, so stick blender or a little food processor will work with this. And what you're looking for is a beautiful kind of rustic paste.
Great.
Now, I could keep going because that's really fun. But I actually want a little bit of consistency to it still. So as you can see, there's a little bit of chili still in there. We can see some chunks of the herb. It hasn't gone all the way, which is really good. And don't waste any of that.
No.
Shake it off, shake it off.
I'll show you a little trick.
Oh, show me. Oh,
ta-da!
Yeah, baby.
There we go.
Hello, hello, hello. All right, so let's get it in there. Now, this is a really good time to preheat your oven 200 degrees. You want that heat to give this a beautiful crust.
Yeah, that's a really good tip because if you do have a lower heat, they're just going to stew and become really watery. We just want to flash bake them, if you like, flash roast them.
Oh, I love that, flash bake.
Flash bake.
Flash roast.
Very nice. So how long are we going to cook them in the oven for?
15 to 20 minutes or until you can see that the mushrooms are still holding their form, but you've got a bit of a crust on top of the filling.
Love it. Lukey, these smell so good and I love how there's like a bit of a crust, like you were saying.
Yeah, it really goes golden brown on top. Now, we're not finished yet. They look pretty good. What I'd love you to do for me is finely chop some of our reserved pistachios. And then when you put them on top, I'd love you to put it with the lemon zest and the flat leaf parsley. I'm going to add some dried chili flakes and a pinch of salt just to bring those flavours together. But whenever I'm cooking with mushrooms, it always reminds me of when you have an avocado at home. There is a fine line between it being really not ready and overripe. It's the same with mushrooms in that when you're cooking them, you're looking at them in the oven and you think, are they done? Are they done? But if you wait for too long, they can literally just melt away into all their juices.
So true. I love that you've brought that up because you don't want to overcook them. You don't want to undercook them. So do as Lukey does, stand by the oven door and wait for them. They are quite forgiving in that way that they do cook quite quickly. It's not like a piece of meat where you want to make sure that it's not overcooked. They look just right.
They look good. Now, I want you to plate up. We're going to plate up about 3 of these.
Sure can.
So we'll get 3 of those on the plate. And when they're there, little bit of the lemon zest, some of the flat leaf parsley. And it just works out perfectly that I have left a little cheeky one
Oh.
for us.
Little chef's treat.
Yeah, little chef's treat, because I want you to try and let me know what you think. Look at that.
A little sprig of
Oh,
parsley.
how good.
They really do look quite pretty.
Look
on
at that.
plate.
When you're entertaining and you've got the vegan or vegetarian friend has just dropped over with no notice, this can be done in 20 minutes or less. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Get in.
All right, I want to try this little paste.
Hello.
Jesus.
Look at the flesh. What do you reckon? Loving it?
It's so good.
How hot are they?
A bit spicy.
It's spicy.
In a good way.
Kitchen's heating up.
It sure is. That is delicious. And many more of those recipes in Luke's new book. Thank you.
Thank you.
Spicy.